it on the block. I might just let off a shot at anyone trying to kill love.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Sorry if the video is like angled weird. I could put it here. I guess I could just hold it or put it here. Can you see me? Okay, whatever. Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Taj, and I just will try to make this really fast because my camera's only on like 7%. But let me just start this video off by saying, if you haven't read Kanye West's tweets or seen him on his TMZ interview, go watch that. Also, if you know nothing about Kanye West, you probably can't have an opinion on what he says because, you know, you don't know that much about him. So you probably shouldn't have an opinion on anything you don't know that much about. But as someone who is not necessarily a Kanye fan, but I do know of his music since before graduation. You know, my friends listen to him. I've listened to him. I have, you know, I've seen his interviews. I've watched him grow as an artist, basically. I'm not a stan. I don't defend him. But I've watched him grow as an artist to where he is now. So with that being said, let me give you my interpretation on what Kanye meant by his statement. Not by what he actually meant or what I feel about it. What I think that he meant. So he said that slavery was a choice. He said something along the lines of after 400 years, or, you know, 400 years, it's a choice. What I think he meant was, when you've been enslaved for however long in the beginning, and as many slaves as there were, I think he was saying that there's power in numbers, and that at that time, with that many slaves, they should have banded together and done something. That's what I think he meant. He was just going, you ever saw the Ants movie? I think he was going by that. Like, there's power in numbers, and we should have just banded together and broke free. While that's cute, okay, fuck off. That's, first of all, you mixed, yes, they were all black, but you mixed people that didn't speak the same language. Some of them probably have never seen each other before. They're terrified. They're afraid. They can't communicate with each other, let alone the evil demons that kidnapped them in the first place. They're in foreign land. They don't know where they are. If you mixed all of these things, how could you possibly band together? They didn't know each other. They were split up. Tribes were split up. They couldn't communicate. Like, they're on this big foreign vessel that they probably have never seen before, being captured by people with guns and things that they've never seen before. How do you break free from that? And then, to take it even further, for the slave children that were born into slavery, that's all they know. What are they going to band together for? Unless their slave parents taught them shit. Sorry guys, like I said, my camera was dying. But unless their slave parents taught them something different, or, you know, told them that this wasn't right, and that, you know, I don't know, whatever your parents tell you when they love you and they want you to grow up and be better. What could they have done? You're surrounded by, you know, Caucasians or whoever, Spaniards, whatever, people that hate you, okay? They have guns, so you literally only have your own power, the power of the men or the women who have enough willpower to do something. But even still, that's such a small number of people. They took away their education, their awareness, their surroundings, their connections with each other. We had to make whole new connections. Well, I won't say we, but they had to make entirely new connections. They had to find their voice. They had to learn how to do everything from the beginning. Everything was taken away from them. So you cannot just say slavery was a choice and after 400 years that's a choice. It's not just mental, it's everything. It's everything they know. So it's not something, it's not a 3-month rehabilitation program. It's not a 10-step program where you can get better at the end. Like, it wasn't like that. And for him to say something like that with his position of power and with people who won't research and won't do their history and will just take his word as law, I think that was very irresponsible for him to do. And it's his due diligence as a black person, as someone who was poor, someone with a black mother, someone with ancestors, someone with just people in general looking at him and worshiping him and looking at him as a god, or as he proclaims himself to be a god. He should know better. And that's how I know he has some sort of mental illness, or he has too many yes men around him. Because it's no way my husband, first of all, I'm not married to anybody who thinks that way. But if that's something that, like, I completely understand letting people have their thoughts, but he's not educated, and someone around him or people around him aren't allowing him to be educated, and they're not educated either. I doubt the Kardashians even care about black lives to the point to even interject and say, whoa, that's really damaging what you just said. So although I may think I know where he was coming from, those words were probably the worst things he could have said. And even though I think I understand what he meant, that line of thinking is still not correct in that situation. Now, I completely understand, you know, wanting people to break free of their mental barriers and, you know, be at their full potential. I get that. I love that. But when it comes to slavery, it was not that cookie cutter at all. And I just think that was really irresponsible of him to say. And I wish someone close to him that loves him and that he respects would say something to him and make him see how damaging that was for him to say. And no, I don't think we should bash him, but I just think that he's praising the wrong things. Along with the slavery thing, for him to praise Trump and like Trump for saying what he wants to say is dumb. It's dumb as hell. If I wanted to pick something I liked in Hitler, what does that have to do with the fact that he murdered people for being people? I like art. If Hitler likes art, that doesn't mean we become friends. That's not what that means. That means we relate on something, but I'm not going to go say I like the guy. So for him to give Trump this public praise for someone as rude and ignorant, and that's the least that he is rude and ignorant. There's so many words to describe him. And that's not me taking a political stance. I'm talking about his character. I could give a crap about politics. I don't care if you voted for him. I don't care if you didn't vote for him. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about his character in general. For him to just go on and praise him as a black man after what he said about people of color, I don't understand why he would use his platform for that. I just don't. But I don't want to make this video too long. It's already 5 minutes and I'm sick and my voice and my throat is hurting. But let me know what you guys think. Like I said, I'm all for free thinking, but just because your thoughts are free doesn't mean they're right. And sometimes it doesn't mean that you should spread them, because sometimes we don't need to hear that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think Kanye meant what he said? What do you think he meant by it? Do you think he should have said it, or he should have kept it to himself? Because he seemed really proud to say it, and like people were going to be like, oh yeah dude, that's exactly, I think the same thing. Nobody was going to say that shit. Nobody. Because it was wrong and it was ignorant. And everybody's looking at you like, whose mans? Is that your mans? But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.